right, guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and continue with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger because I know I need to have 5. Okay, so I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here's my 5. And each of these 5s, they want me to make them, divide them into thirds. Okay, so when I think of 1/3, what do I need to do to make this into a whole? Well, I need to have 3/3, so I need to have 3/3 in one whole. Then how many thirds would there be in 5 wholes? So if I were to count this, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 15 wholes. So if 5 is 1/3, what is the whole? It would be 15. Okay, same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and make my 3. So here's my 1, 2, and then 3. And on each of these, I want to turn them into fifths. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so I've got 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. So when I think about fifths, 1/5, I need to make sure that I have 5 fifths to equal one whole. So I need 5 of those fifths. If I count this up, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 fifths in 3 wholes. So if 3 is 1/5, what is the whole? It would be 15. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to divide and then we're going to multiply to check this. Okay. What I'm going to do is, actually what we do is we kind of think about it as if I have 5 and I basically have a half in each of those 5, how many would I have? And something that you can always think about is when you do this, you actually kind of cross multiply. Okay, so what I would do is I would do 5 times 2 is going to give me 10, and then 1 times 1, so remember there's that invisible 1, it's going to be 1. So this answer is actually going to equal 10. Now I can check my work because what I can do is I can do 1/2 times 10, that's going to give me 10 halves, and that does equal 5, so it checks. Okay, because all you're kind of thinking on, we'll go over on this one. So if I have that number 3 and I'm splitting each of these into a half, well, how many halves do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It equals 6. Okay, because then what I can do is I actually can cross multiply. 3 times 2 is 6, and then 1 times 1 is 6. Or sorry, 1 times 1 is 1. So then I can go ahead and check the work. So I always check these two answers. So I can do 1/2 times 6. That's going to give me 6 halves. That equals 3, and it checks. Okay. On this one, you can cross multiply again. The answer would be 20. And the reason why, guys, is if I were to draw a picture, and here is that 1, 2, 3, and 4, and on each of these I'm drawing that fifth. If I count how many fifths there are, guys, there's actually going to be 20 fifths in there. So I can go ahead and check my work. I've got 1/5 times 20. That equals 20 fifths, or 4, and that matches. Okay. Now on this one, it's a whole number again. So then I can just kind of cross multiply. So I do 1 times 6 is 6, and then 1 times 1 is 1. If I go back and check my work, I've got 1/6 times 6. That gives me 6/6, or 1, and it checks. Okay. Same thing, guys. You can draw your visualization. You can draw that 1, make it into 6, and then how many 6s do you have? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 sixths, and that's where I get that number 6 from. Okay. Moving on, we're just going to kind of continue to cross multiply and check our work. So 2 times 8 is going to be 16, and then 1 times 1 is 1. So the answer should be 16. So then I should take 1/8 times 16. That gives me 16/8, which also equals 2, so it checks. Okay. 7 times 1/6, and this is where you kind of want to get away and not necessarily draw those pictures. So what you want to do is 7 times 6 is going to give you 42, and then of course it's got 1 times 1 is 1. So then I can go ahead and check my work. I've got 1/6 times 42. That's going to equal 42/6, or 7. It checks. Next time, cross multiply. 8 times 3 is going to be 24. Got 1 times 1, it's 1. Okay, I'm going to do 1/3 times 24 to check my work. I get 24/3, or 24 divided by 3 is 8, and that checks as well. The last one, cross multiply. 9 times 4 is going to be 36. 1 times 1 is 1, so my answer is going to be 36. I can check my work of 1/4 times 36. 36/4, or 36 divided by 4 is 9, and it checks. Okay, when you are doing division, all you basically do is you just kind of make that multiplication. One thing you also could do is you could take your number and then you multiply, and all you do is you flip that last number, and that's how you get that 9 times 4.